get started. Let's dice this onion. And I did have a little bit of leftover red onion. We've got some green bell pepper that needs to be diced. A yellow bell pepper that needs to be diced. And then let's get this party started. So I used about 1.5 pounds of top sirloin, and I diced it pretty small. I'm going to add some garlic powder into that, 1 teaspoon, and each one of these seasonings is going to be 1 teaspoon each. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and then 1 teaspoon of seasoned salt. And then we're going to give that a good stir. Mix that all in together. Make sure that all of the meat is coated. And this is going to be enough to fill all 4 of our portobello mushroom caps. So now we've got our caps. We're going to hollow out the inside of the caps using a spoon. And make sure, because we need a little bit of room, we need a little bit of depth in the mushroom caps. So, and make sure that you're kind of gentle with them, because if you grip them too hard, they will snap in half. I've found that by accident. So, go ahead and hollow out the inside of the mushrooms. Okay, so now that we've got our mushrooms hollowed out, now we are going to add just a drop or 2 of olive oil to the inside of each cap. And then we are going to rub the olive oil into each one of our mushroom caps, and then also a little bit on the outside too, just whatever is left over. We don't want them to necessarily be wet or have the olive oil pooling on the inside. It's just a light coating of olive oil on the inside and outside. Plus, you know, mushrooms give off their own, they contain a great deal of water, so they're actually going to steam as they cook. Easy cheesy. So now we're going to go ahead and hit these with just a little bit of table salt. Just a dash, not a lot, because we've already got salt in our meat mixture. So into our meat mixture now, we are going to add our vegetables. And we're going to spoon out I used about half of what I chopped up. You know, you judge by how much you think that you're going to need. But I wanted to reserve some because I also made this with some asparagus, and I used the rest of the vegetables in the asparagus. So, like I said, you know, I need to use probably about a half of what I chopped up here, and then the other half in the asparagus. We're going to give this a good stir and get everything mixed together there. I'm actually going to add in a little bit more vegetables to my meat mixture. I also want to make sure that I get them stirred up good, because I want for the seasoning to hit the vegetables also. So I'm just going to spoon in another couple spoonfuls of the veggies and get this mixed up, and then get this into the pan. Alrighty, so we've got our pan here. We've got a couple of teaspoons of olive oil heated up, and we're going to put in our meat and veggie mixture on medium-high heat. And we're going to go ahead and get our mixture here, the meat browned and the veggies softened, because we're going to be using this mixture to fill our mushroom caps. So just kind of mix that around. And like I said, this is one of those things, if you want more vegetables, add more vegetables. If you want fewer vegetables, add more meat, whatever. So we've got this starting to brown, and it's starting to look really, really, really good. So we're going to let this cook just a little bit longer because I like for my meat to be a little bit more done than this. And this mixture is going to be exactly enough to fill the 4 mushroom caps. This is a really simple recipe, doesn't take long to make. And this is our final product. This is finally brown enough to suit me. So I'm going to go ahead and get this off the stove and go ahead and get it into the mushroom caps. So here are hollowed out mushroom caps. We're going to go ahead and get these stuffed and just kind of spoon a little into each one until it's evenly distributed. It really doesn't get any more low carb than this, I don't think. Okay, so our caps are perfectly stuffed now. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and get some cheese onto these now. Now I used provolone cheese here and pepper jack cheese. So onto 2 of them I put provolone, and then on the other 2 I used the pepper jack. I ended up using 2 slices on each cap because I felt going to melt too fast into the oven. So I put these into the oven on 400 for roughly about 20-25 minutes. Try to keep an eye on them. Take them out once the cheese starts to brown, and this is what it ends up looking like. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for joining Dinner with Spice.